terrible 2025. I know seeing a lot of people doing this cake video, counting their blessings in 2025. Some people will feel as though I have nothing to talk about. But for me, after counting my blessings, I'm going to talk about the terrible things and how 2025 was very terrible for me. So, first of all, 2025, I almost lost my life because I had a major surgery. Like, I thought I was going to die. That was the truth. I thought I was going to die. But thank God, it came out successful and I'm here. In 2025, I visited hospitals so much so that, in fact, I visited hospitals in such a way that I've never visited hospitals in my life. I spent so much time in hospitals in 2025 because I had a serious health challenge that we had to sort out. In 2025, procrastination almost took my life because I was procrastinating, number one. Number two, I was lazy. Yes, I'll call it laziness because I could have done better if I wanted to. But in 2025, I was coasting. That's the word, because I was kind of moving without direction. I had no concrete goals. So yes, 2025 just went for me like that because I was coasting throughout. Yes, I had health challenges, but I would have been able to make one or two moves if I wanted to, but I didn't. In 2025, I was broke. Now, I know a lot of people say, "Ah, I can't say you're broke when at least you had money to spend." So there was something that made me realize that I was very broke. So after I did my surgery, there's a particular place that I used to cook food in bulk and keep in that place because there was lights. So after a while, the owner insisted that he didn't want people to be putting food there. We begged because since I did a major surgery, there were a lot of things I couldn't do. So that was a way of reducing the stress for me, especially for cooking. But the man refused. In fact, that when we collected the food at store at that time, it was about I think 50 to 20 liters of food, and that was the day I discovered that I was broke. Yes, I can afford the major things like eat, minor things. That's what I was saying. Minor things like to buy food, maybe buy clothing, pay transport. But since I could not, I had to beg for lights, like for power. I couldn't get a solar in my home. Then I knew that I was broke, and I told myself that 2026 is not going to be like that. I'm not going to allow that kind of. I cannot be at this point in time in my life. I cannot be praying for power. I cannot be praying for light. It's terrible. So 2025, I was broke. I was poor. In 2025, I almost lost my marriage. In fact, we had like the biggest fight ever. And if not for wisdom, I think maybe by now we'll not be together. So I almost lost my mind. Now, that's not to say that good things did not happen to me in 2025, because I did a video talking about detailing the good things that happened to me in 2025. But I'm going to do better. In 2025, I wasn't serious with my YouTube, my TikTok, and my Facebook. I could have been able to grow my followers more on TikTok and YouTube, but I was just nonchalant about it. I was just posting. This is going to be more intentional, more strategic. I'll work with brands this year. That's always my prayer. And I'll make more money to afford the basic amenities of life. Because if you have to ask for light, power, you are poor.